Hi, it's your coach, Joe Lucas, and welcome to Tuesday. Welcome to the 21st of November. Hey, just really a few days left, right, till Thanksgiving. Most of us are on strategic time this week, getting ready for the holidays. And starting next week, we have a very short sprint until the end of the year. Just got back from New Jersey, New York. Hosted Friday a Magellan Mastermind meeting. Great to see a lot of you members out there. Very, very powerful day. And what I thought I'd do here is kind of give some excerpts, if you will, from Friday. You know, one of the things that was discussed in the room was kind of the future of the business, right? Hey, where are we all going? And it's very clear, not only to myself, but to pretty much everybody in the room, that we're going to go planning centric, not AUM centric. That's going to be kind of the march, if you will. Planning fees, consulting fees, financial coaching fees. We came up with the term FCC, financial coach consultant. I really think that's going to be where we're going to end up as an industry, at least those visionaries, if you will. I'm not saying that AUM fees are going to disappear. I think they're always going to be a part of it. But I think if you're solely relying on AUM fees to drive your economic bus, you're going to hit some big potholes in the upcoming years. And so I think you have two choices. You can wait, right, and pretend nothing's going to happen and then be reactive. Or maybe before things get really chronic, you start thinking about, hey, what new factory do I need to build? You know, if I had to build my business all over again, starting from scratch, knowing what I know today, what would I do? You know, and it's interesting when I ask that question, and that's, by the way, it's one of the questions we ask in our planning process. Hey, knowing what you know today, what would you do different? You know, here's what we normally hear. Well, I'd be more fee-based. I would do more financial plans. I would charge for planning fees, right, or consulting fees. And so if you already know that's what you want to do, start doing it. You know, do it on a small scale. You know, again, I think a lot of times advisors, you know, we're human too, right? And I think we get into this, you know, start thinking about all the different scenarios of, well, hey, this client won't go for that, or, you know, my current client base won't make that happen, whatever. And I say, look, you know, that's not the point here. You know, what we want to drive right now is basically we want to drive just enough change going forward to move things, you know, to move the needle. So don't worry about it charging, you know, $5,000 or $6,000 a year on planning or consulting fees. Why don't you focus on maybe charging $1,000 and then build into it over time? That's what you need to do, is to get very, 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 you know, focused. Hey, little things, right? Little wins. I think a lot of times we try to make too much change and we try to pivot on the dime, right? And for most human beings, it doesn't work. For most businesses, that doesn't work. So what you want to do is really think about it. And this is the time of year when you start thinking about 2018 and you start thinking about, hey, what do we want to do better? What do we need to do different? And yet 2018 is fine. What do you want to look like in 2025? What do you want to look like in 2030? What's the industry going to look like at 2025, 2030, right? Those are the questions, and then backing up into 2018. Financial planning fees, financial coaching fees, financial consulting fees, subscription-based, retainers, right? Maybe some AUM fees, maybe not. And whatever AUM fees are going to be there, highly competitive. Margins matter. They really, truly do, right? So we see this kind of three-headed model, if you will, right? I've got my financial coaching, consulting, planning fees. I've got my AUM fees, and then whatever insurances I'm going to do, right, on that side there, we're going to make that happen. That is, to me, if you think about a pretty well allocated economic machine, not solely dependent on the market fluctuations, you know, assets in and out. So you have some diversity, right? You have some, if you will, some safety, not worrying about the market. That is where our industry is going. I've been really thinking about this. I've talked about this for years, by the way. You know, we talked about this back in 2007, 2006, right? The future of our business. If you go over on Practice Power Academy, iAdvisor and Advisor 2025 and all those series that are in there, you know, we were talking about this almost 10 years ago. And we're almost there. You know, we're starting to really see it become reality. So I just want you to take the next couple of days as you think about your Thanksgiving, right? And we get into December, think about 2018. But I want you to go further out. I want you to think about 2025, 2030, and answer the question. Knowing if you had to blow up your whole business, like literally start from scratch again, what would your model look like? What would you like to build? Think about that. I will be back tomorrow before Thanksgiving, so I'll save the holidays till then. Have a great day today.